Hi there again. Can you guys hear me? Okay. So welcome to our webinar. We're going to cover LS Insight, the title Turning Insight into Action. We're going to go through our newest release and do some demoing for you. My name is Mattias Mattiasson. I'm a product director at LS Retail. And you can, if there's any question or anything, you can contact with me in the email. You can see that below there, matti@lsretail.com. LS Insight, cloud-based business intelligent service. Yes, it's a service. It's a product we make available for you, and we offer it to you through a service, meaning that we provide the service, run it for you, you pay a monthly fee. And this allows you to monitor your business and get quickly insight into your business through rich dashboards. The data models show relationship within the data in a simple, actionable way. User can display dashboards on their favorite devices, meaning you get mobility. And we use Power BI, Microsoft Power BI. This is an excellent visualization product, which transforms your data into a rich visuals. Focus on what matters the most, and your whole business on one dashboard. So this is a subscription or a SaaS, software as a service, meaning that we're providing a service to you, which is the data warehouse and everything behind that, gives you access to your information in a great way. You do not need to invest in hardware, as we will take care of that as part of our subscription fee. We will provide a continuous delivery of the solution. So we'll release, for example, last month, and then maybe in 3 months we'll release a new version, and we will update both your data warehouse and your content pack with that information, so you will always be on the newest and greatest versions. This gives you user device independency, meaning that you can use your favorite browser on your back office machine or desktop machine, or your laptop, or you can even use your mobile phones on iOS, Windows, or Android. Gives you the ability to get the information when you want, how you want, and where you want. And that's very important for business today, to know what's going on and being able to act to it. You might ask, why Microsoft Power BI? We did some research, and we looked at, for example, the marketing research by Gartner Group, where they put Microsoft in the magic quadrant. And this picture on the right shows you the classification, and this is measured by vision. What visions do they see for the future, and ability to execute this vision. You see that Microsoft is the top and to the most right, which is the highest ranking place according to the competitors on this picture. So if we think we have selected a product that is continuously being updated, and that's what you get when you subscribe to Power BI, you get the newest stuff. So what are we offering? We're offering to take your data and create a data warehouse. And we're going to host that in Azure. So for example, here on the left, you can see that NAV database is in SQL, in an Azure environment. And that's very simple to connect the NAV database in a SQL NAV database in Azure to the data warehouse in Azure for us through Azure Data Factory. But if you have your NAV database on-prem or hosted by a third party, you need to put up a management gateway through Azure Data Factory, and we'll use a secure key to guarantee and protect your data going from your database to the data warehouse. Now we have the data warehouse with all the data, and on top of that we provide Power BI data models. And we are concentrating on 3 different models in our solution. And here you can see on the far left sales, and that has already been released. So you're going to get a demonstration of this functionality by Kristen later in this demonstration. So he'll show you the best and the greatest in that solution. We're currently working on inventory model, and that's in development, and we expect that early next year. And then after that, we'll provide and develop a financial model. So that's planned once we have delivered the inventory. On top of that, to get the visualization, we use Power BI, like I said before. This, of course, goes through powerbi.com, and this part you purchase a Power BI Pro license for users. So this is where you then pay per user in that sense. The rest of the fee for the data warehouse and models is a fixed fee, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But into Power BI, you need a Power BI Pro license, and that's where you pay per user. You can additionally, through a user, access your data through Power BI, but into Excel. So you can use all your knowledge for Excel to do analytics and reporting in Excel, which you can then easily distribute and use in that way if you don't want to or you could have supplement the Power BI, which gives you a great visualization of the data. So how do I get LS Insight? The retailer or you contact your LS retail partner. That partner will contact us, and we'll create a key which we give to the partner, and the partner will assist you in creating data gateway to our data warehouse with this key to protect your data. We create the data warehouse and the models in Azure, and then we'll make the content pack available for you in your Power BI account. That means once we are there, only thing you need to do is to log into Power BI, and you have access to the content pack. And the content pack is the reports and the reporting and visualization that we provide out of the box. This visualization you can then modify or copy and create and add to it as you want. And we will provide you an update when we have a newer graded release. Price-wise, we have a promotion, currently a promotion with is 1,000 euros. And we'll create the whole environment for you, load up your data, and allow you to access for 3 months without additional charges. So you can test drive the whole thing for this one-time fee. And of course, I assume that you would then continue after the 3 months. And once you get into the additional months, for $100, you need to pay $100 per retailer. You pay $100, then $7 or €7, sorry, €7 per POS in your license, and this is per month. So if you have 10 POS, you would pay €170 per month for using the data warehouse. So that's it. So 100 as a fixed fee, and then according to the size of your company, this is done on a POS level, is to give a fair size or fair price for bigger companies compared to smaller. We support LS Nav 2017 out of the box. Sorry, went too far. 2017 out of the box. Also 2016 and 15. So there's no changes or nothing needed to be able to implement that. And of course, when 2018 comes out in the next couple of months, we will support that, of course, additionally. So let's recap a little bit what we're offering. We're offering a data connection from your database to a data warehouse we take care of in the cloud. Keep it going, keep it updated. We provide excellent data models that work on top of our data structure to utilize and get the most out of the data. And we provide a content pack that is then provided inside the Power BI, your Power BI account, where you can use the standard reports, enhance them or change them or create new ones to the same data, or additionally maybe use Excel to do things you know through Excel. So we provide you the ability to run a BI and we run it for you month by month, so you could have it for 5 months, then stop using it. And that's it, what you pay. So it's more like what I would call it, it's not a BI project, it's more of a purchasing process. So you buy a month and you set it up and we run it month by month. So the commitment is relatively low. The risk is relatively low. And but the big, massive benefits you would get out of it. So it's not a typical BI project. So now it's maybe time for some questions. If you have any questions, please write in questions so I can answer them before Kristen starts his presentation. He's getting ready. So any question at the moment? No questions, everything very simple and clear.
So then I'll just start here. Okay, so Power BI is a cloud-based BI tool from Microsoft. It's free to try out, so there's a free version, so I encourage you to try that. But as Matti said, you would need the Pro version to use the LS Insight product. You simply sign in here, which I have done before this demo. So LS Insight, this sales module consists of 8 reports. It's dedicated to a set of business questions. You will get the business question for each page when you hover over the question mark in the upper right corner. And the net sales and margin gives you a good overview of sales and margin for a selected period. This is, of course, useful for multiple roles, from store manager to the CFO. I'll show you later how you can customize this for your own role. In the visuals, I want you, so on each page you have a couple of visuals. So on the visuals you have these icons on top, which I'm going to go over during the demo. You can pin a visual to a dashboard, which I'll cover later. You can turn on the drill down option. So I'll do that here. Just turn on the drill down, and then you drill down to the next level in the hierarchy. In the left corner, you have the option to drill up again. You can go down a level and you can expand the hierarchy. And you just, if you want to highlight or unhighlight, you just click on the outside. So next page is store performance. Store performance gives you several indicators on store and item performance. Here you can compare stores and analyze performance. This also applies to the item hierarchy underneath the store. So if I would expand the hierarchy here, you have the store and then you have the item hierarchy underneath. Okay, so then you have a page called Store Growth. Here you have store growth, where you're showing the growth by store, location, or period. Each page is highly interactive. So if you click on any visual, other visuals will react immediately. Okay, and then I'll go to the performance per hour. This, if you want to see the employee stress time, the performance per hour gives you a great overview of your strain time and the power to maximize the usage of your resources. You have the, like earlier, you can filter on the visuals here, but you can also filter on items that are not visible on the page. So for example, here we have the store, so I can filter on, so this page is filtered on store called Kronos Fashion Store North. This filter here applies to this page, but then you have these report level filters down here. They apply to the whole report. Okay. The category analysis and growth. Sometimes you need a good overview of your item categories. Here you can compare and analyze the item categories performance. So I want to show you that if you want to multi-select, you simply hold down the control button. Oh, like this. So you hold down the control button and then you can multi-select. This applies to all the visuals in the report. The basket, for a historical analysis of the average basket size or the product mix, we have the basket analysis and the product mix report page. One feature I want to point out is that you can look at the data behind the scenes. So here in the under the ... you can select see data, and then you will jump to see the table behind the scenes here. So this is also the same layout you would get if you would export the data. So you can export this data and get it into an Excel format or CSS file. The staff performance. This is similar to store performance, where you have several indicators on performance, and you have the item hierarchy underneath. So I want to also point out that the columns or tables, all the tables in the report, they are sortable by clicking the column headers. So you can click on this here, and I want to do a little research on this employee number 301, which is Anna Sidal. I'm going to drill down the most influential items here. So audio hi-fi is not doing good. MP3 player. So here we have the MP3 player, and I want to do an analysis on stores. So I want to jump to the store report with this item. So I can simply right-click and do a drill through to the store performance page. So I click here, and I'll jump to this report page here, which is basically showing the sales or performance for the MP3 players for each store. So to go back, you simply click on the logo, which acts as a back button, so you jump back on a page you were before and you went there. Segmentation is simply showing the highest profit items and the worst performing items, and wherever you have a item, or there you can go and see the drill through option here, so you can drill to the net sales, store performance, or staff performance from here. We also added a small help table for the acronyms we're using. So these are the acronyms we used in the dataset, and you can get a small help text to help you understand them. So now I have shown you the reports, the standard report. And now I want to show you the option you have to create your own report or edit reports. So there are basically two options you have. You can go to the dataset and select the create report icon here, and then you will get a blank sheet where you can start from scratch. But what I'm going to do is open the original report. So I'm going to create a copy of it. So I'm just going to simply go and save as. So I'm going to save this as my fashion store. My fashion store, and save. As you can see now here, I am located in the report My Fashion Store. And what we can do now is we can edit this report. Click on the edit option, then you get access to the visualization pane and the fields in the dataset. You can delete or move or create your own report using your imagination. I'm gonna show you just by deleting these two visuals here, and you can copy from another report, or like I'm doing here, from another page. So you copy by Control-C, and then you go to this original page here. I'm gonna Control-V to paste. I'm gonna move this. This is looking like this, and I want to change this to a donut, so I'm choosing it like this. And because this is a report called My Fashion Store, I want the report just to show the fashion stores I have. So the report level filters, which I talked about earlier, we can select, like here, Kronos Fashion Store North and South, where you have, and now we have this whole report. So every page in this report is just focused around these two stores. And I'm going to go to reading mode and save this. And now so you can create, and it's fully interactive after you created your own report, because that's a setting in the dataset. So now I've shown you where you can start by creating your own report. Now I want to show you how you can create your own dashboards. So what you do is you create a dashboard by pinning visuals. So the icon here, pin, it's on each visual, so just pin it, and I'll create a dashboard called turn this off, my monthly meeting, and I'm gonna pin this. Okay, and I'm gonna pin this one too. Okay, And then I'm going to show you that we can pin from multiple pages. I'm going to go to the category level here. So item category, I'm going to pin this visual to the same page. And now I want to go to the workspace, and you see we have the dashboard here. And I'm going to show you that we can pin from multiple reports also. So I'm pinning, I'm in the original report here. You see, I'm going to pin this one to here, to the same dashboard. And then I'm going to jump to the dashboard. The dashboard is basically just a page where you can gather together your visuals that matter the most to you. You can add web content, image, text box, and video, and your custom streaming data. So if you have some streaming data, you can add that as a live data to this pane here. You can move it around, you can resize, so you can play around with this a lot. So each tile here or visual, you can do a lot of stuff, but I'm going to show you can edit the details, so you can edit the title or add a subtitle. So I'm going to add my fashion stores subtitle, and I'm going to display the last refresh time. And you can see that it appears here immediately on the tile. You can have a custom link. What happens when you click on the tiles, you'll jump to the source of the data. So from that tile, you will jump to the original or the custom report you just created. But I'm going to set a custom link now. You can have an external link, any website, or you can link to a report or another dashboard. So I'm going to have it like this. So apply. Now, you also have the option to ask a question to your data. So you can go here and say, show cost and margin by category on 2016. I'm gonna show this as a stacked bar chart, and I want you order by margin. So now I have a visual I created with a question, but you can also add from the visualization pane, you can change the layout here also. So you can start with a question and finish with the visualization pane. You can also add from the fields here. So here I'm gonna take the margin percentage and I'm gonna add that to the tooltip here. So what happens is that you have the margin percentage when you hover over the bars. So this, of course, can be pinned to the dashboard. So I'm going to pin that to this dashboard here and go back. I'm going to edit the layout a little bit here. So have it like this. It looks a little bit nicer like this. So what happens when I click on the visual I created with the question is that I will jump back to the question. I can edit this question and add another visual or update the other one. So we also have the option to create a mobile view of the dashboard. So in the upper right corner here, we have the option to go to phone view. So I'm going to show you that. So we can edit. So I'm going to delete these items that I don't want to be shown in the mobile because I don't want all the data there. So I'm going to do like this. So, okay, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump to my mobile, phone. Okay, I'm going to go to full screen here so you can see this. So I have an app from the Power BI app. So I'm going to open that up and I'm going to go to the workspace for this demo, which is like this. Okay, and we have the dashboard here. So I'm going to open the dashboard and it should appear very soon. Okay, this is the dashboard we just created, and by turning the phone in landscape mode, we get the desktop version of that dashboard. This applies also to the reports, so we can go to the reports also here. So as you see, we have access to our original report or the report we just created. And I'm going to open the original report here. And we have a mobile view of the pages also here. So, okay, so we have the mobile view here. So I'm going to show you that we also have all the pages here you have access to. And I want to show you one other thing here, that you have the option to edit or create a image from the report. So you can create a drawing. So basically I'm going to draw like this. Very nice. And I'll add a frowny here. And I'm not happy with this, so I'm going to share it. You can share it with the app of your choosing. I'm using my email account, so I'm going to send this to me here and send. Okay, and now I'm going back to my laptop and I'm going to find the email appearing here. So go to full mode here. So I have the image I just created. So I'm pointing out that I'm not happy with the audio hi-fi. So instead of if I would send it to a member of my staff, so I would not have to go to the report and find that issue. I have a link here, so I'll use this link, click on that, and I'll jump to the spot where the issue was pointed out. So this is very nice. One more thing I want to point out, because Matti was telling you about how you can use Excel. So you have the ... here in the upper right corner, and you can select the Analyze in Excel option here. You will have a OTC file to work with. It's like working with a pivot table, so you will just get a pivot view of the datasets, and you can add this to it. I'm going to show you just small table here. So now you can see how you can use this. You can also use the cube functions formulas if you are familiar with them. So cube member and cube value, and you can surely play around here. So the last thing I wanted to show you is how you can create a story. So I'm gonna click on bookmarks here. I'm gonna edit this report. So I can create a story where I click on let's just do like this. and I can add a bookmark here, so it remembers this view of the page. So I'm gonna have this like this. Okay, and just to show you how this works, we can go to reading mode again. I'm gonna save this. So now I'm in this mode here, and I can jump back and forth with the bookmarks here. So this gives you a lot of power to create a very nice story of your data. So I think that was it for me. So just jump right to questions. So if you have any questions, please write them in the question pane.
We have a question about whether we have reports regarding discontinued items or specified discount offers and sales for loyalty members. To answer that question, for this report, we try to have answer questions that was for broad audience. We fully understand that people would have very different needs for different sectors, but we would like to point out that the data set that comes with the product has much more fields and information, and it's visual in the report now. So we did that to make customers have the ability to customize the report for their own needs, and so hopefully we'll answer that question. And we will, in the future versions, we will always add new things and maybe new reports regarding the needs of the customers.
Okay, another question here for Campis. I guess LS Insight is replacing LS BI. The answer there is no. What we are offering is two solutions. LS BI is an excellent platform running on Target, and we have some cubes and other things there, reports. And if you need a solution that you need to run completely on-site or hosted by a third party, that would be something you might consider because you get 100% control. Where LS Insight, you buy the license up front, you're missed in hardware and all that environment. But if you do LS Insight, it's a monthly fee, we host it for you, but you get into more standard functionality. But if you still want to host it, and we have the ability to go into a project, meaning that you would not get the monthly update, but it would be done by our consulting department, at least regarding the data warehouse. Hope that answered your question. And regarding what Atli answered earlier, please give us feedback on this, because we believe in continuous delivery. And we have looked at and thought about the discount and the member management and all that. This is some of the stuff, a part of it, that is on our roadmap and be part of our continuous delivery in the future. This is just release 1.1, and a lot of new stuff to be planned to be later at the later time. Any other questions? Don't hesitate. So I assume there's no more questions. Is that correct? Last chance. And of course, you can send us emails and we'll forward it to the correct person if there's any question from you guys. Flytta tillbaka till dina sidor. Here you can see, for example, Kristen's email, and if you want to send him email, and then you can go to my page, please, Kristen. Flytta mina sidor. And my email is here, matti@lsretail.com. So if there's anything you think about after this session, please don't hesitate to send us emails. And we'll be happy to find an answer or take your feedback. So I assume there is no more questions. And then we're going to just thank you for attending our sessions. This is our second session today, and this has been quite successful. So I hope you agree with us and agree that this is a exciting offering, to complement LSBI for different kind of customers. Thank you very much.